Hi, teacher.
Hi, Rosario. Good evening.
Good evening. How was your day?
I can't listen to you. Your microphone is not working.
Okay, give me a minute. Mhm. What about now?
Hello, hello.
Hi, can you hear me? Or not good? Hi, teacher. Teacher.
Rosario, I can listen to you.
Uh-oh.
Your microphone is turned on,
Yeah.
right? Because I can see. But maybe it's not working at all, right? I can listen to you, nothing.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't know what's going on.
I am trying.
Maybe you reconnect again. All right.
Good evening, teacher. What about now?
Um, okay. No, your microphone is not working. You know, when you're muted, right? It appears like a line or in red, but it appears me like if your microphone is turned on, but I can listen to you, right? So how are we going to work?
Oh, teacher, can you listen me any sound? What about you?
Okay, so we have to hurry up because of the time. So I don't know how are we gonna do. Okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. Right, give me a second.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Teacher,
Okay, so all right, my microphone is working, right? I can see it right now. Can you please speak?
teacher, hi. Can you listen me? I speaking.
No, Rosario, I can listen to you. No, I can't. All right. So you know what? We're gonna continue with the advance because we're gonna lose time. So we're gonna continue in trying. Okay. So I hope it works. So okay. All right. So we're gonna continue. I guess we start again. I'm gonna ask something and then you're gonna answer it on the chat, okay? So, all right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. We start in, okay. All right, we finished in this infinitive with to and enough, right? Today, we're going to see this lesson. And it's about the present perfect and indefinite past. So I'm sharing my screen right now. Okay. Once you can see it, just I don't know, raise your hand maybe or write into the chat as you feel comfortable. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna start. We're gonna play the audio first.
Hi again. So far, we've learned about the simple present and the present continuous. We've practiced expressions for suggesting, and we've studied infinitives with to and enough. Have learned, have practiced, and have studied are examples of the present perfect for the indefinite past. Let's learn more about this form.
Okay, so we've learned, we've practiced, we've studied for indefinite past. Look at the title, we have indefinite past, okay? It's important to know, to understand this lesson. The present perfect is the first thing that we have to know in order to understand the lessons forward, because we have present perfect, continuous, right? Past perfect, continuous. So the first of all is to understand the present perfect, and it means an indefinite past, okay? It has an indefinite past. So when we say indefinite, right? It means that we don't have the exact time of something, okay? For that reason, we have the present perfect. It happened at some time in the past, but not at any particular time. So let's listen.
1. We use the present perfect to talk about something that happened at some time in the past, but not at any particular time. We call this the indefinite past. Indefinite means that we don't give an exact time. The time of the event is not important, or we don't know it. Have you listened to the recording?
Yes, John and I have both listened to it.
Talia isn't interested in when Tony listened to the recording. She only wants to know if he has heard the recording so that he can tell her about it.
Okay, so we're going to continue. We have the first sentence is the present perfect, okay? We're gonna talk about, or we're gonna use this sentence to talk about something that happened at some time in the past, but not at any particular time. We call this indefinite past. Okay, this is important to know, and I know it's a little bit confusing, right? Because why is the title called present perfect if we use for the past, right? I know, but the point of this, right, is the title, right? It's indefinite past. The name is called like that because we use the structure of the present perfect, even though we use it to talk or to express that something happened in the past. But we have two options. The first of all is that we don't know when it happens, right? Or when it happened. Or the second one is that it's not important for us. We don't want to mention it. We don't remember. Okay. As we know that, it's different from the present perfect time tense by itself, right? We're gonna focus on the indefinite past tense. And it means that something happened in the past at not at any particular time, but we use the structure of the present perfect. Okay, so now it makes sense, right? Because it is called present perfect because we use the structure of the simple present, but we express something in the past. That's the reason of why it is aligned when it says indefinite past. Have you listened or listened to the recording? Yes, Jen and I have both listened to it. Okay. Talia is interested in when Tony listened to the recording. She only wants to know if he has heard the recording so that he can tell her about it, right? Have you listened to the recording? Right? She is not saying yesterday, 2 months ago, right? No, it's not important for us, right? Or maybe we don't know, okay? Or we don't remember. the point of this is the time, okay, the indefinite past. And we don't give a specific time, right? Like yesterday or then. So, yes, let's continue. Is there any question maybe? Write into the chat, please. If you get it or not. Okay, that's good. Thank you. I wanted to discuss about the book, right? But I saw you sent me some pics, right? Oh, this is not your chat, Christy. Okay, you sent me some pics, right? And I wanted to discuss this part, but as your audio isn't working, so I'm gonna read it for tomorrow until tomorrow, right? So please give me time until tomorrow, and then we're gonna continue discussing about the book, right? But it was great. Thank you for sharing this with me. So, okay. Now we're going to continue, right? Let's listen the audio.
We often use ever in questions about the indefinite past. It means at some time before now.
Have you ever heard of Nick Crawford?
Yes, I have. Notice that the word ever goes before the past participle heard.
Have you ever heard of Nick Crawford?
Remember, you cannot use the present perfect for the indefinite past with an exact time.
Okay, I'm so sorry. We have the use of ever, right? And with the context, you're gonna understand what is its meaning, right? It only has one meaning. It means at some time before now, right? If it was your first time maybe doing something, have you ever heard of Nick Crawford? Have you ever heard or have you ever read this book of emotional intelligence? No. I've never read. I have never read it before, right? So it means like at some time before now, at some time in the past, right? It was your first time maybe doing something. So the word ever goes before the past participle, okay? It goes between the subject, you, okay, and the verb in its participle form. It always goes there, right? There is no way to put it at the end or the beginning. No. There is no. It doesn't exist. We're gonna place it in between subject and the verb in its participle form, right? We can use ever for the past perfect, for the present perfect, but when we say ever, it means like if you did something for first time, right? Maybe one time, at least of one time, right? It is the meaning of ever, right? So you can't, this is something important. If you're gonna use the present perfect, right, for the indefinite past, I mean, if you're not going to, or if you're gonna write, for example, yesterday, they have listened to the tape yesterday. That's wrong. Why? Because it's an indefinite past, right? So you don't have to mention the day maybe you did something or something like that. Okay. We don't use the present perfect for the indefinite past with an exact time. Yesterday is an exact time. Okay. So it's incorrect. If you want to use yesterday, so maybe you have to consider to change the time tense. Maybe you can use the simple past, right? Or no, they listen. Yes, only the simple past. They listen it. They take yesterday, and that's all, right? So if you want to give the exact time, consider using another time tense. because you can't use the present perfect for the indefinite past, the lesson, if you are going to give an exact time. So what is the purpose of saying indefinite past? Okay, there is no. So please take care. This part is very important to know. Have you ever heard of Nick Crawford? Yes, I have. So you have the answer, the option, sorry, of using. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Or no, I have not. Okay. The negative goes with the auxiliary verb, right? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. And that's all. Or no, I have not, for example, right? So is there any question about the use of ever?
Teacher, can you listen me?
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with point number 4. And we have, I guess we talked about ever, never, and then, right? Yes, I guess it was with you. So now we're going to continue with never.
We often use never with the present perfect. It means at no time before now. Ever also goes before the past participle.
My sister has never heard of Nick Crawford.
Has she ever been to a soccer game?
No, never. And she's never watched one on TV.
Okay. All right, we're going to continue. Never, right, and ever share similar meanings, but they're used differently, right? Never means at not time. Okay,
Teacher?
not time, and not time, or at not time before now. And it's a negative term, right? For example, using affirmative constructions. In this case, my sister has never heard of Nick Crawford. The context, it's a negative one, but the structure, it's an affirmative one. Why? Because we don't have the word not, okay? So if we're gonna use not, so it's unnecessary the use of no. Or is one thing or is the other one. There is no way to combine these two negatives together, right? So that's the characteristic of using never, right? Never means at no time, and it is a negative form and using affirmative constructions. And we have to avoid the double negatives, right? For that reason, we can't use hasn't never, for example, right? Or is hasn't heard or has never heard. And then ever means at any time and is generally used, not used in affirmative sentence, right? Apart from the exception, for example, if I want to say, I don't ever want to see this boy in your bedroom again, right? So ever can be used in affirmative sentences after superlatives, but we're gonna learn more about them, right? In the future, right? I don't know why I'm skipping the lesson, today's lesson, but that's something that you have to know, right? Yes, we use ever in questions. In some cases, we can also use in sentences, but if we're gonna change the time tense, for example, I don't ever want to see this boy in your room again, right? Notice that I'm changing the time tense. I'm using the simple present time tense. But with the present perfect, right, I only can use ever in questions, right? And yes, let's continue. And the meaning of ever, it means at any time, right? Before now. My sister has never noticed the structure. We are using the present perfect structure, right? Let's remember. So we have the subject, in this case is my sister, okay? We have the option to use the auxiliary verb if it's in third person, have. If it's in third person, we're gonna use has, okay? Then if it's a negative one, I'm gonna use never, plus the past participle of the verb, okay? And that's all the structure, okay? So I know, again, I want to repeat this again. Even if the structure is in simple present, the context is for the past, okay? The structure, okay, structure and meaning or context could be. Oh, right, and that's all. She's never watched. Where do I have to place the word never between the auxiliary, okay, and the past participle verb? That's the place where I'm gonna use it. I have never heard of Nick Carson before. No, never, and she's never watched on TV. Okay, has she ever? Okay, it's for questions, ever for questions, and never for answers. Okay, so the use of ever and never in talking about where do we have to place them is the same, right? Goes both of them go between the auxiliary verb and the past participle form of the verb. Is it okay for you? Is there any question maybe?
No, teacher. Can you listen me?
Okay. All right, thank you. Let's continue. All right. We're going to finish with point number 4. Okay, thank you. We're gonna finish with point number 4.
We can use the present perfect with just, recently, and lately to talk about things that happened in the very recent past. In American English, it is more common to use the simple past tense with just. We also sometimes use the simple past with recently. The meaning is the same.
Tony has just received a tape.
Or
Tony just received a tape.
someone has recently offered Nick money. Or someone recently offered Nick money. With the present perfect, just comes before the past participle. Recently often comes at the end of the sentence.
Someone has offered Nick money recently.
Lately has a similar meaning to recently, but we only use it with the present perfect. We do not use it with the simple past, and we do not use it for a one-time event. Notice that lately does not go before the past participles. It usually goes at the end of the sentence. He's fallen into debt lately.
Okay, and we have some verbs like just, recently, lately, in order to indicate that something happened in the very recent past. It's not as you can see, it's not a specific time, the time exact, what I'm saying, but I only saying that it was a recent past. Okay, in American English, it's more common to use the simple past tense with just, right? I just went to my grandma's house, for example. And we also sometimes use the simple past with recently. I recently went to the cinema. Okay, the meaning is the same. There is no problem on it. Okay, so you can say Tony has just received a tape, or Tony just received a tape. Okay, I want to clarify this part. When you're going to use a present perfect, talking about an indefinite past, okay, you can use just, recently, and lately, but not words like yesterday, 2 months ago, because when you say it, when you say, or when you use words like that, that indicates the exact time, it's incorrect, okay? The only words, the only adverbs that you can use if you want to say that something just happened, very recent, you have the option to use just, recently, or lately. There is no more, okay? So if you're gonna use them, just, recently, and lately, you have the option to use or to choose the present perfect indefinite past or only the simple past. There is no problem. Johnny has just received the tape, or Johnny just received. My opinion, I guess it's more easy to use the simple past, okay? The meaning is the same, okay? As we're talking about the past, the only difference, right, between them is the structure, because the meaning is the same, right? Sunny just received a tape, or someone has recently, okay? Where do I have to place these adverbs? I'm gonna place like ever, like never, right, between the auxiliary verb and the verb in its participle form. If I'm gonna use it with the simple past, first goes my adverb, just, Sunny recently, Sunny lately, okay? Oh no, lately goes at the end, right? And lately though. So it only applies with just, in some cases with recently, but we're get used to place it at the end, okay? But talking about just, you have to place it as first place, and then you're gonna continue with your verb. Jenny just received the tape. I just traveled to California, right? I just visited to my grandpa's, right? So let's continue with recently, right? The meaning is a recent past. Something that it's important to know that lately, right, has a similar meaning to recently, right? But what is the difference? We only use it with the simple present, with the present perfect, okay? There is no way to use recently with simple past, okay? And lately doesn't go before the past participle, right? It goes at the end of the sentence. So just, the word just is used for the simple present and for both, right? I'm gonna try to do something with this. Okay, just is for present perfect, indefinite, indefinite past, presently for both though, simple present and present, simple past, sorry, and present perfect indefinite past. But lately, right, we're only gonna use it with the past, present perfect, right? So, and we're gonna place it at the end, okay? You can also, oh, yes, you can also place recently at the end, there is no problem, or you can place it between the auxiliary verb, the past participle verb. Lately, right, goes at the end, right? He fell into debt lately. Where is the mistake in this part? The use of lately. We can use lately with the simple past tense. So that's a mistake that I'm going to say, so we have to take care of that part. Is there any question, Amy?
All clear.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. If everything is clear, we're gonna practice for a moment. Okay, all right. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete this part, right? Write into the chat, please. Just the first part. For example, if we have you, okay, have you, the answer, I'll write only the answers like that ever. For example, the first one, right? And then I'm gonna place it. Okay. Oh, how can I do that? Oh, yes. Okay. All right. I guess now you can. I already shared it. Okay, now it's cool. All right, so there you have it, right? I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, right, or less maybe. So meanwhile, I'm gonna bring my bottle of water. So please wait for a minute, okay? I'll be back. Okay, thank you.
Have you ever been to a soccer game? Sure, I've been to a few. What about you? I never been to a game. I don't really like sports, but I like the player Nick Cropper. He's cute. Have you seen him play? Yes, but I haven't seen him lately. You know, he's falling into debt. I heard the same thing, but you can't believe everything you have you ever seen. Have you ever seen two? Yeah, sure, I've been to a few games. What about you? Me? No, I never knew it. He's cute. Have you seen him play? Yes, but I haven't seen. You know, people say he's falling into debt. Yes. No, 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 no hagas. No hagas, mi amor. No hagas. No. Listo. Ay, no. Sonrisa.
Okay, I'm back. All right, thank you. You already corrected. Okay, so it was good, right? So, let me see. Okay, thank you. If you're gonna say something like finished, right? You're gonna write it in its participle form, right? Like finished, or if you want to say that you already did, done, okay? It's done means or something like that. Okay, so let's continue with the next activity. Is there any questions, sorry, about the vocabulary, the content, the grammar? Okay, let me check. All right, thank you. Okay, so if everything is clear, let's continue with the next part. I just discovered that that control, I didn't know about it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. What's this? Well, the remote control, I just discovered it. I didn't know about it. So now I'm gonna use it. Okay, so now you can see my screen, right? So can you see it? Oh, sorry. I read there's no dub. Give me a sec. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen again. All right. Yes, I don't know why if I read fast, but I understood dog, right? So if there is no dog, okay, so let's see. Where is it? Okay, okay. I know, oh, right, but I haven't seen him lately. Okay. All right, but people say he's falling into debt. Okay, into debt, right? The meaning of it is like I have many debts, right? Caer en las deudas, right? That could be the meaning for it. Okay.
All initiative.
All right, thank you. Debt is it's something that you didn't pay something, you asked maybe, but then you didn't came back the money, right? So, all right, now we're gonna continue with the next activity. And once you can see my screen, please let me know. All right, or raise your hand maybe. Okay, cool. So let's read the instruction, complete the email, type the present perfect form of the verb in parentheses into each blank. You may need to use the negative form. Use capital letter if necessary. So, right, could you please, we're gonna work with, okay, great, thank you. So, start doing it, please. You have the first one, sorry, in parentheses, you have email. So, what do you think?
Type the present perfect form the verb. You I have mail. I have emailed you back before. Sorry, I have emailed you back before, but I have been really busy. Have you heard from Dara? She has fallen. She says, sorry, I have emailed you back before, but I have been really busy. Have you heard from Dara? She says she is fallen. She met a guy.
Have you heard from Dara? She says she
has fallen.
okay.
She met a guy. I learned a guy at soccer game about a month ago. She has never feel
I'm sorry. Okay. Feel, felt. Okay.
she has never felt. She says she has never felt this way
She says
before.
she has never this way before. Okay, we already have ever.
Ever happened to you? Love at first sight? Well, I got to go. My journalist teacher gave us a big assignment for tomorrow. Have you ever taken any journalism classes? It's fun, but
it's fun, but I
never
never,
Don't.
don't,
Don't. Didn't.
but I have never done, didn't. If
Didn't.
I'm using never, we don't have to, remember, if we use never, we don't have to use the negative in any way, because never is already negative. So, okay.
Don't. Don't.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was near to say for tomorrow you're gonna bring.
But I have never done so much
I have
for
never
cracker.
done chores only back when you have time.
You may need.
Okay, so is there something that you want to modify maybe? Okay, let me check. Okay, please read again.
Sorry, I haven't mailed you back before, but I have been
Yes,
really
yes,
busy.
yes.
Have
Sorry,
you?
I have emailed you back before this, but I have been really busy. Have you heard from Dara? She says she has fallen in love. She met a guy at soccer game about a month ago. She says she has never felt this way before. Has that ever happened to you? Okay. Love at first sight. Well, I got to go. My journalism teacher did as a big assignment tomorrow. Journalism classes, it's fun. That I have never done. Okay, thank you. So let's submit, right? All right, we're gonna submit. Okay, let's see how it's looking. And okay,
We had.
she has not. No, this was incorrect, right? There's unnecessary to use there. You may need. Okay, at the beginning, there was a negative way. Sorry, I have not, or I haven't emailed you back before this. Okay, did you get it? Yes. There is no way to work. Okay, what part? There is no way to write has not, right? It makes make it more. Why make it more sense? Or are you asking about this one? Oh, in this one, right? Why is there's no sense? Okay, because if there is no way to use negative in this one. Hasn't that ever happened, right? For that reason, or maybe no, in that case, sorry, if you want to place a negative, it's okay with ever, right? Because you actually don't know, right? For the meaning of ever, remember, as we said, never means at no time, right? In ever means at any time, so you don't know if the person did it or not. For that reason, there is no, it doesn't make sense, right? Como sabemos que si utilizamos ever, it means at any time, right? It's generally not used in affirmative sentences, right? So can I do the sentences now? Okay, if you want to make this, well, it's not a sentence, first of all, it's a question, right? Has that even happened to you? Hasn't it happened to you? Yes. Hasn't it happened to you, or has not happened to you? Right? That could be a possible answer, a possible question maybe, right? But you have to raise ever, right? Because cuando utilizamos ever no significa que en realidad no sabemos si es que la persona ha hecho o no. Entonces no hay manera de utilizar. Now, another way maybe to use this, if you want to place it into, or if you want to change it into a negative, could be has it happened to you? Hasn't it? Right? This hasn't it is like hasn't happened to you. No, hasn't it? Don't forget the subject, right? Hasn't it? Okay. Hasn't it happened to you like this? Right. Another way, with yes. It is already with the past participle. Happened is the past participle of the verb, right? Remember, we have happened. We have happened for the simple past and past participle because it's a regular verb. Okay. So another way to change this sentence, it sounds better for me. If you want to change into a negative one, maybe. Has it happened to you? Hasn't it happened to you? Hasn't it? Oh, no, there is a question here. Okay. This is another way to say, to change it to the negative one. Hasn't it happened to you? Hasn't it? Right? There is other way. Right there you have the other way. I don't know if we have this lesson with you, maybe. This hasn't it. No sé si hemos avanzado contigo esta lección antes, este hasn't it. Es una manera muy común de utilizar, right? De preguntar preguntas y negativas, right? Okay, right. We're gonna look for it for words. I really like that lesson because I think it makes easy, right? It's more easy to use it, right? So yes, is there any question maybe? Okay, thank you, Rosario. That's cool to know. I hope your microphone works for tomorrow, right? And okay, I launched the poll, right? The daily poll. So can you please fill it? When it's done, let me know. Okay, it's done. Thank you. So, all right, that will be everything for today. I'm gonna see you tomorrow at the same hour, okay? Okay, thank you. Have a great night. Oh, really? That's true. Until Friday. I'm gonna see you on Friday, right? Have a great night. Bye-bye.